they shown as the US CEO play game of golf for a trip to his Turnberry refuge on the Ayrshire shore. Mr. Trump Card is in Scotland on an individual trip in his household front of a summit conference in Vladimir Putin in Helsinki. No protesters were detained in Scotland, but the Met Police force told 12 human beings were arrested next pro-Trump processions in London. For his Saturday afternoon game of golf play he was booed by rally collected at the periphery of the Turnberry facility. The CEO's trip to Scotland has been followed by a main safety transactions. Police force snipers are installed on tiers of interim scaffold entering the game of golf year, in a big quantity of some commanders patrol the perspectives and nearby region. Mr. Trump Card passing polar of the boundary for the weekend following meet Main Secretary Theresa May at Chequers and the Tsarina at Windsor on Friday. Mr. Trump Card has frequently speak of his loving for Scotland and its human beings and had been a routine guest to the nation for lot year, but the is his at first travel with proper the U.S. lead. Secretariat of Country for Scotland David Mundell welcomed Mr. Trump Card following his Air Strength 1 jet landing at Prestwick Aeroport in Scotland on Friday night. The CEO did not encounter Scotland's at first Secretary Nicola Beluga, yet she had rejected to see him. In democracies, he's as well essential to be capable to attention as well on wherever we may be diverge, and lot of human beings diverge in the policies of the Trump Card Authority. Time Mr. Trump Card was at Turnberry, police force alleged how on 9,000 protesters walked of the Scotch Parliament in Edinburgh to the Water Meadows for a costume party of impedance. The occasion displayed the gigantic Trump Card infant air balloon, that was prohibited, of both of Turnberry and Holyrood. Tens of thousands of human beings, organizers complained up to 250,000, protested in London on Friday versus Mr. Trump Card's UK trip. Rally as well imbued George Box in Glasgow front of his arrive in Scotland. He believed how the big scope protests in London and some cities did not represent the true nice etiquette and welcome of the UK human beings. As the protests in Edinburgh and at Turnberry, down there were supporters of Mr. Trump Card at London's Greet Trump Card and complimentary Tommy Robinson processions. The Met Police force told how down there were clashes for such processions, and 12 human beings were detained for a band of estimated crimes, consisting forcible disturbance, attack, and social procedure offences. Mr. Trump Card, whose mom was Scotch, and members of his household are conducting the weekend at the inn he purchased in 2014 up leaving on Saturday for the meet in Ruski lead Mr. Putin in Finland the next date. The paraplane trick, that happened soon following Mr. Trump Card and his surround arriving at Turnberry, was according to reports staged by Greenpeace. We phoned them, we had who on the police force link who aware them. We mind it was essential how the CEO in fact saw a actual life protester. Down there's tens, perhaps hundreds of thousands of human beings on the gateway about the UK. The police force told no detention had been done. Police force insisted they requested to hit a balance sheet among protect and social security and the socials order to peaceably outcry. Yet, Aide Head Constabulary Mark Williams told commanders were devoted to trace the man who flew the plane. He added, down there are gunman holdings defending the CEO, both of the U.S. Open Secret Facility and ourselves and the Met Police Force, who propose a shut protect feature or down there's no question nobody who breaches safety about him puts themselves in serious risk. On the event we could evaluate the position and we implemented down there was no straight risk to the CEO yet he's completely thing how is really severe. As game army to one of the planet's largest strongmen, Turnberry was the location for a marriage on Saturday afternoon.